first time I saw this kitchen, it was quite a shock. It was easily one of the most dated kitchens I've seen. It had those creamy melamine cabinets with the wood rail that runs across the bottom, the groove for your fingers. And there was faux finish on the walls. It was sponge or something like that. And the appliances were just turn of the century. They were so old. Really needed to be updated. The turning point was the appliances really just started to conk out one at a time, and that meant it was time for the renovation. So it all took place over the course of just a couple of months. There was new flooring throughout the first floor, and then we put in our cabinets, installed the countertops and the tile, and then we painted. Pretty much everything needed to be touched up in some way. Because the homeowner had been living here for about 10 years, she'd had the experience of working in the kitchen, and she knew what was working for her and what wasn't. And for pretty much anybody laying out a new kitchen, there's a couple of things to bear in mind. You want to think about your workflow and how you're operating in your kitchen, and then you also want to think about the specific appliances that you're getting. We got these great options from Jenn-Air, and that's where we started with the layout. We built out from there. Because of all the display space we built in, it was really nice to have Joel from House & Home come in and style it up for us. The homeowner knew she wanted to keep the idea of having an island in her kitchen, but we resized this one to suit the layout a little bit better. We also added an overhang on a third side, which allows this island to actually seat 6 people, which in a smallish kitchen is a really generous seating allowance, which is great because they entertain a lot. Now obviously any kitchen island has to have a gorgeous top. This one is from Caesarstone through Seat, and it's in my favorite color actually. It's London Fog. I just think it's gorgeous. The homeowner's old island had cupboards, which she didn't find very convenient for accessing, but we used these IKEA drawer units, which allow for easy access. To support that overhang, we made custom legs out of an oak that reflects the color in the floor, so it has this nice continuity with what's going on in the rest of the first floor. Directly behind the island is even more countertop, and this is really where a lot of the work of the kitchen takes place. There's a great prep space between the fridge and the sink, and then it's just a short stretch over to the Induction Cooktop. I love this one from Jenn-Air because it's so streamlined. It really just incorporates right into the countertop, and they also have this pop-up hood, so it means that I don't have to accommodate space above it. We can have this continuous line of display. The pop-up vent actually telescopes down below the counter, leaving a nice clean line above. The homeowner loves this one because it functions actually as additional workspace when something isn't being cooked on it. She also loves that it's energy efficient and it has incredibly precise temperature control. This sink is by Frankie, and the nice thing about it is that it's got this wire rack that can sit either at the bottom out of the way, but it can actually spend most of its time resting about halfway up the sink. This makes a great resting spot for hot pots, or if you're washing big pieces of fruit, it just leaves them in easy access. We ran this beautiful thick shelf all the way across the countertop on the back wall. This provides not just display, but actually functional space as well. The homeowner loves to style it up with her favorite objects, but there's also lots of everyday things that are kept there, like mugs and bowls. The nice thing is she can change it from season to season or to display special things when it's party time. We added decorative lighting above the shelf to light the display, but there's also task lighting actually incorporated into the underside of the shelf that lights the work surface. The homeowner fell in love with this crackle finished subway tile the minute she saw it. The original intention was to just have it go from counter to ceiling above the countertop, but we actually ended up wrapping the entire room floor to ceiling to really maximize on that impact. Next to the workspace, there's built-in pantry actually on both sides of the kitchen. One's got the built-in fridge with custom panels, so it's really just seamless with the pantry area. And then across from that, we've got the double wall ovens and even more storage, which has things like baking goods. Having the ability to have 2 convection ovens going at the same time at different temperatures is really ideal for the way she likes to cook. The other nice thing is that the top convection oven actually doubles as a microwave, which means we didn't have to find space to integrate another appliance into the kitchen. The last area of the kitchen is actually my favorite. It's this little jewel of a bar area that we built on the far side of the fridge. It's got this unique copper backsplash that's going to patina over time and add a lot of character to that area. And then there's this gorgeous glass-fronted cabinet above where all the stemware lives. Below the counter, we built in a wine fridge, and there was enough space left over for additional storage. The last piece to get selected was this iconic light fixture by the Brothers Dressler. We felt it really complemented everything that was going on in the space. The finished kitchen is really all about contrast. That's where the interest is in it for me. We've got these IKEA high gloss white modern cabinets, but then we've counterbalanced them with classic brass hardware that's got a lot of detailing. And it's in the tension between those two elements that's the real beauty. What I love about this kitchen is that there isn't just one word to describe it. There's a little bit of a few different looks going on, but the way that we made it work is that we kept the balance even from one aspect to another, and that's what makes it a harmonious mix that I think really suits the home and the homeowners.